Hi, first graders, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about summarizing nonfiction. A summary is a short retelling of a nonfiction text. A nonfiction summary usually tells the main idea and a few interesting details. A summary can include the main idea of the text, 2 or 3 supporting details, and one fact that you find interesting. You can write a summary in a lot of different ways. Today, we will write a 3-2-1 summary. That means you'll include 3 facts you learned, 2 facts you find interesting, and 1 question you still have. I'm going to write a 3-2-1 summary of this short passage called The Leaning Tower of Pisa. I'm going to start by reading the passage first, and then I'll go back to the summary. In the middle part of Italy, there is a city called Pisa. Pisa is home to a very famous building. You may have heard of it. It's called the Leaning Tower of Pisa. This tower was built to hold church bells, but it's mostly known because it does not stand straight. It leans over to the side instead. People began building the tower in the year 1173, but soon the tower started to lean. That's because it was not built on a good enough base. The ground below the tower has some loose stones and shells. So as the builder made the tower taller, the base moved. Over the years, the tower leaned more and more. Then, people worked to stop it from leaning so much. Now the tower still leans, but it leans less than it used to. Oh, that was pretty interesting. I'm going to start my 3-2-1 summary by including 3 facts that I learned from that passage. Well, the first fact that I learned was that the Leaning Tower of Pisa was originally built to hold church bells. That tells me something about why the tower was built in the first place, what its purpose was. The second interesting fact that I learned from this passage was that the tower is leaning because the base isn't strong enough. I also learned that people had to work to fix the base so that the tower wouldn't lean over as much. Here's the 3 in my 3-2-1 summary, 3 facts that I learned. The 2 is for 2 facts I found interesting. Well, one fact that I found interesting is that the base of the Leaning Tower of Pisa that it's built on has sand and shells, which is why the tower leans. I thought that was pretty interesting. The other fact that I found really interesting was that the tower was built in the year 1173, and that's so long ago. This building is so old, and I thought that was pretty cool. The 1 in the 3-2-1 summary is your 1 question. So a question that I still have about what I read. Well, something I'm really wondering is, will the Leaning Tower of Pisa ever fall over? I mean, it's leaning pretty far over, and I know that there was a lot of work that was done to stop it from leaning anymore, but I'm wondering if the tower will fall over one day. That's a question I still have. Your assignment for today is to read one of the books posted on Google Classroom or another nonfiction book of your choice. Then you'll complete the 3-2-1 summary worksheet for whichever book or passage you choose to read. I can't wait to read your summaries, first graders.